Hello guys, I'm Lindsay34 and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Well, today we start the second crash trial. But before that, let's test some skills that we get from the other freedom events we do. Charisma. So, if I do remember correctly, it was from Junko, this skill. Gathering in extra influence gradually correctly when answering correctly, effective during a crash trial. Alright, let's pick this. Trance. Every log crop will increase the tempo, effective during a bullet time battle. So I finished already the SP. Whatever. Doesn't matter. I can put them to later. Well, in this case, let's begin.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
First, we have to make clear what was to use to deliver the fatal blow. Well, that's kind of obvious, alright.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
You know, really?
Interesting. That certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Poor Chihiro.
Alright, I noticed that the voices are a little low in this moment, so I'll try to fix that. Alright, this will be fun. The weapon had to be the scene of the crime. To be at the scene of the crime. There was something with a blood stain on it.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
No, it's wrong.
No, it was an iron pipe, but otherwise it will be too easy.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell, found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, There's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yes! That's so creepy!
Maybe, but it's not creepy if it's a detective job. So shut up, Ifumi. Even Kyog is like, why this fat man is still alive? Alright, I don't want to be evil with Ifumi, but you get what I mean.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack. The fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? Oh, a new element has been added to not start debate. Interested? Yeah, let's see what it is. For this debate, list of noise will appear to disturb your reactions. Your trouble will disappear if they hit these lines, so they're obstacles. But there is a way to keep this with the noise from getting in your way. Swipe the screen to attack this silencer, which you use it to shoot down with noises. Oh, but if your actual difficulty is set to gentle, but noise won't appear at all. In which case you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation. Then good luck and have fun.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so, speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is!
You're just an idiot for me. Whatever. The thing is Biako showed me in archive. Well, look at that and anyone will be convinced. Yep, that's true. To show that this was the work of Genocide Jack.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Nah.
Hey, so, speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is!
Alright, let's say it again.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed.
Why?
Well, I mean, come on, there's just no proof for it.
Dai!
Hey, so, speaking of, I don't know who that is!
What noises?
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof.
No, it's wrong.
Alright, I get you how it is this thing. Perfect.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
Nice question, Mundo.
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth, so let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be 2 defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
It's not Bob Lost. Also, with what voice he fooled me?
No. It's actually bloodlust.
Yeah, thanks, Tina.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
This is another meme. The thing, do you tell them this, Makoto? Or something like that. The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case, which the world alleged doesn't know. If I'm not mistaken, it was to do with the position of the body. Yep, how the victim was positioned.
I got it! Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
You sure is there a Genocide Jackass?
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
That is true, but it's not the real killer.
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Alright, straight to the point, Byakuya.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
You lie!
What? Okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
It's rather for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack which we talk about also to not be Toko. The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Yep. Alright, I need an answer. Alright.
Now I understand.
Pretty easy with even this, dai.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file, too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality is that to do with her behavior. Yup, her behavior changed after seeing the body, aka the blood.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
I'm fine. Oh, is that the body? Hey, are you dead? She must have hit her head really hard when she fainted. The wall has a front and back, and up in beginning and bottom a sea of true and waveless lights. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounded completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
They would just had Jack have a control. I drive out the killer. Drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
If you talk about a jerk here, Toko, it's obvious he tells such a thing.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to.
Alright, on this it's true. Toko don't have to tell you all that, but she's literally fall in love with you for some reason. So yeah, it's also you to blame because you are a fucking asshole.
This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I wouldn't just Jack control ever again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that. But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it, but...
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
The only disappointed here, jackass, it's you. So shut up and let the portoco alone.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person? You don't mean...
Talk about the logic backwards. You thought turned across the courtroom. But in the next second...
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
There she is, another favorite character of mine.
Yes! What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Moon's like, what the fuck is going on?
What happened to you?
Not Toko! That's a loser name! And what happened is a textbook split personality! So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
She's so intense.
Yep, she so is.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body!
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
It is the murderous fiend Joseph Jack. This is beyond insane. Oh yeah, it's the jail, so of course.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Why is she cute in this sprite?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you! I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid?
Well, you are not Padre Monokuma, so...
And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death.